all you Warhammer players, and welcome to the the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the Inland Northwest. Your hosts are me, All Day 40k, Jeremy Nakano, and Joey Beddingfield Painting Beddingfield. How we doing, Joey? Glad to hear it. You can find me on TikTok at All Day 40k and Joey on Instagram at Beddingfield Painting. And you can find us both on Patreon, where we are fervently working on new content specific to our patrons. So thank you for those of you that are currently there. We've got a few to get us started, and we're well on our way to having a double license for Riverside, which is very exciting. So thank you all for coming along so far. That being said, Joey, how's your painting coming along?
It's coming. I've been working on Shelob, kind of here and there. Mostly because I have like this idea of what I want her to look like in my head, and more importantly, what I want the base to look like, but I'm not super sure of how to get there. And so it's mostly been little bits at a time. I'll sit down and I'll just kind of throw some paint on it and go, well, okay, like I like that. And then we'll add another thing. Like I was looking at the rocks, didn't like them, darkened them. Wanted to add more of a realistic feel, threw some green on there. The green was too much, so I threw some Agrax on there, darkened it back down with some browns on top of the greens. And it's just just adding little bits here and there until I go, that's what I'm looking for, and we'll move on. But it's been going good. It's been a fun process.
Nice. Well, that sounds really like it's been really fun. Really interested to see how it turns out. I mimicked most of what I did on good old Vulcan, and I replicated that onto Adrax, who turned out really good. Really excited about Adrax.
Yeah. I mean, he turned out well enough that I saw your picture in one of the Discords and thought, why are you posting that again? Didn't we just do this?
Yeah. I came very close to replicating it, so that's super exciting. I have primed an army, effectively. I primed the Wardens of Ultramar, so built and primed them. I primed all of my Black Knights, who are just not the strongest in the current meta. And then I built and primed and painted to a little more than battle ready at this stage, a Reaper Executioner, whatever.
Nice.
Repulsor. No, not Reaper, not Executioner.
Repulsor Executioner.
Repulsor Executioner, Rep-X. That's the word I'm looking for. And that's pretty much, and that's all. I mean, I'm just, building up layers of like areas on it now. So, I got that for a pretty good deal and was like, well, all these Space Marine lists are currently running them, and it makes a lot of sense, especially with Catan's running around. So if I'm going to stand a chance in March, over at Real Deal, then I want to make sure I have a couple of the biggest guns that Space Marines have access.
Yeah, I would. My sneaking suspicion is if we don't get a emergency, effectively Dataslate, because I don't think we'll get a real one by then.
There's a good chance we will.
Maybe we do,
like early March.
So if we don't see a pretty significant change to Satan, I would assume that we're going to see no less than a dozen.
Right. Yeah. So
there's lots of ways. Else I did?
What's that?
What else I did for hobby, but I will let you finish. There was more that I did for hobby, but you keep going.
No, keep going. I was just about to move on. So what else did you build?
Okay. I built. It's crazy.
What'd you build? Models. I know you hate building stuff.
I do. I hate it with a passion, but I converted a Skullmaster, which for the non-savvy on demons people out there, that is the Bloodletter Herald, what they used to be called, the Bloodletter character on a Juggernaut.
Okay.
So I kit bashed that using a Lord Invocatus. He's pretty cool. It wasn't like a ton. I'd like swapped his arm, swapped his head, but it's enough for for me to go, ooh, that's cool and different.
Keep you excited about building something. Yeah.
Right, to keep me excited about building something. 2, the actual Skullmaster is fine cast and dog shit.
Sounds about right.
We get to avoid that. And then 3, it gives me points on painting rubrics for having conversions, which
That's
is
awesome.
generally kind of hard to do for demons unless you
Yeah,
go hard like Kirk.
unless you're Kirk, who has built an entire barnyard of stuff.
Right, which I'm not doing that. Too late for me. And then I also built a full 10 flesh hounds.
Wow, look at
Yeah,
you, just moving,
look at
man.
me doing stuff.
Good for
I
you.
needed I need both of those things for a list that I want to try that we'll talk about. So
Yeah, all right. Um, that's really cool to hear. Well, before we'll take a couple seconds to kind of, well, I guess we'll talk about that as we go. So today's topic, what we're really going to jump into today is the Dataslate wish list and predictions for February 2026. Looking into the final data slate of the edition, most likely, more than likely. There are some things that came out that are just a little strong, and so we're just going to kind of talk about how we can like land the plane. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and thank Baron of Dice.
Ha! Bad roll. That's okay. 'Cause I'm having more fun than you ever do. Even when I roll ones. How do I get you to shut up? Go to Baron of Dice and then buy some dice so that your army is displayed. Then let me take your sister out. What?
Thank you so much, Baron of Dice. If you guys are looking
thanks,
for that,
Bear.
those sweet and spicy, delicious, sexy to roll matte dice, Baron has them.
He's got them.
All of the icons. Now,
Before we talk about this data slate, hope or our hope of data slate,
yes, this
do
is
we
just,
want to talk about these new models?
yes, we do. I think we do.
Okay.
Do you want to bring it up, or do you want me to bring them up?
I've got it up right now.
Let's see these new sexy boys.
Here we go. Hold on. We'll get there.
I believe it. I believe in you.
That's the one. Boom. Here it is. Okay. Can we see it? Are we showing?
Yes, yes, I can see this
Okay.
new big Skitari heavy.
This lady,
Wow.
Thulia Gold.
So she's a
What a
character then?
fun. She's a character. Um, so fun. So the idea, and they kind of explain it fairly early on, but the idea is that she is the head of the side of the AdMech that looks at the Omnissiah as a force of destruction.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
instead of Call, who wants to politic and talk and change and do whatever, she actually doesn't like Call and thinks we don't need to negotiate if we just blow shit up.
So she's like modern Dark Mechanicum.
Super cool. Yes, I guess kind of, yeah. She's super cool. I do think overall this model is pretty great.
It's very
There's a
good, yes.
ton of things that I like about it. There are some things that I dislike about it, and I think most of that comes from the fact that I don't believe that the heavy metal team style of painting works for every model.
Probably not, no. This model looks great, though.
But this model looks great. Notably, for references of anybody roughly my age, um, she is eerily similar to one Aunt Fanny from Robots the movie, which is a great movie, but
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for
hilarious.
it.
Here we go. See, look at that Fanny.
Oh,
Look at that.
big
Crazy.
old badonkadonk.
Anyway, big ol'. We have absolutely no idea what she does, but I bet it's going to be something related to killing shit.
I have an opinion about the Adeptus Mechanicus from a lore perspective.
Okay.
I hate them. I
Ooh.
know that they are Games Workshop's truly like original idea, but I
Mhm.
can't stand the Adeptus Mechanicus. In every story that I've ever read, they're all awful.
Well, yeah. Yeah. The characters who have sentience, like Call is a shitty little dickhead.
There is
Like,
one
I
redeeming character I've read about, and she's like a side character in one of the books.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not like an actual arch magos. Like all of them suck.
For the most part,
Um,
yes.
But
Anyway,
so then
continuing on.
on top of giving us this, they are also giving us something that is very cool, but something I don't think we needed.
Okay, what is it?
And that's another shooting unit.
Well, look, more dudes with guns that probably aren't very good.
More dudes with guns. It's essentially a Devastator squad
Okay, so las cannons and shit.
because it's a full 5-man
Okay.
with a sergeant that doesn't have a gun, right? So it's
Yeah.
yeah, basically, yeah, something close to a las cannon is what we're looking at here. Long range, big damage, and then this gun here is short range, probably anti-elite.
That looks like
damage.
that dude from Votan. The little mad
A little bit,
scientist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit. Let's see. Eradication casters is this one here for lethal close range damage, and then Fusiliers, this one.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just
vehicles.
like damage 2 or 3 guys, because you have an abundance of damage of las cannon.
Yeah, a ton. It's.
Yeah.
I really hope that it is like here's damage 2 or damage 3.
Yeah. Yeah, just like really
Like
just mid-range damage, something like
yeah,
maybe just something with a higher AP and low damage or something like that.
Just
Like, that could be cool.
yeah, and something consistent, right? Not D6 plus 1, D6 plus 2, but something like flat 2, flat 3, maybe whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, that would be better for the Mechanicus.
They're certainly interesting. The models look great.
Yeah, they do. The melee one
I
is
just
cool.
wish, yeah, the little sergeant is
Yeah,
cool.
he looks great.
I would have much preferred them to just give us the robots from 30K.
Yeah, they're so much cooler.
Or maybe another good melee unit.
Something.
And
Yeah, like if anything, if the Mechanicus needs anything, it's a melee unit. Those little priests with hammers just get shot off the board.
right. And then you've got Ruststalkers, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There is some interesting, I guess, like conceptually, these guys are Scutari, so it does give you a good shooting infantry in
Scutari.
Hunter
which is good.
cohort.
Yeah.
Because in Halo Creed you can just run Cataphrons, and that's fine, the Breachers, but you can't realistically you can't run those in cohort with any synergy at all.
Yeah, and Cataphrons are also unwieldy, right? They're like mounted units, effectively.
No, they're infantry.
Oh, they are? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah.
The models are great.
Look, everybody loves more models, right?
So, and they also, I mean, they did make it a point in this article here at the very bottom. Thulia and her legions of Hashatari, which by the way, that's what they're called. They're Hashatari.
Interesting.
Will be joining 40K alongside the terrifying new Defiler Mutilators and Iron Warriors. Believe it or not, that's still not all that will be joining us for the next big expansion.
Cool.
So come back next week and bask in the shadow of Armored Glory.
Grey Knights. Grey Knights. Bring me more Grey Knights. Bring me new ones.
They're not gonna.
Fuck.
They're not gonna. You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the medium-sized Imperial Knight.
Really? Is that the rumor?
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, that's what seems to make the most sense. Is it'll be the one that's smaller than a knight, bigger than a dog, which seems like a thing they super don't need.
Why? Yeah. Why? Okay. Let's take that for a moment. Why?
Because what's he going to be? 250 points? Like
right? Yeah. Like we need for Knight players. Knight players need small units. They need dudes. They need their little guys who run around and carry the banners and shit. That's what the Knights need. We don't need goofy little ad cultists. They don't need the medium-sized models. They need little guys. Support
little
units.
Dudes. Just some little dudes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Whatever.
So that's what's coming right now. And this week, because that was this past weekend, so this coming weekend we should see something else. Hopefully it's not an Imperial Knight.
Hopefully it's not a medium-sized Imperial Knight. Hopefully, if it's for Knights, it's little dudes or
yeah,
more cool CSM stuff.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with
honestly,
that.
cool CSM stuff would be dope.
Yeah.
Because where's this thing even going to sit, right? Because a War Dog is 14 wounds,
Yep. And then the big
and a
ones are
Big Knight's
28.
26, 28.
Yeah. 26, 28.
So where's this
like
going to sit? It's going to sit at 20?
18 to 22. Yeah.
Why?
Which doesn't make a lick of sense.
Not
Like
one. Not one little lick.
No. They need
All right.
mobile
Anywho.
shit. Whatever. Well, it's fine. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the first off, let's talk about the armies that likely need nerfs to some degree. I don't know if they need like hard sweeping nerfs, but like we're in a state right now where these armies are kind of problematic to everybody. So we're going to call them the big scaries. I'm going to start us off with Custodian Hard, which are Custodian, which is Golden Boys, but like 40 of them. Nobody wants that.
Nobody.
Nobody
Except
wants
the
to play
Custodian
against
players, I
that
guess.
many dudes
Yeah.
that have a 2-up, 4-up that are
Yeah.
T6.
Yeah. And
It's just, it's too much stuff with too much firepower that just kind of walk over you unless you could pass the damage 3 stat check, and they happen to roll under.
Yeah.
You know. So how do you fix it?
Yeah,
Like Joey,
no.
what would you do?
Well, let's look, because off the top of my head, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not wrong, but off the top of my head, a Venerable Land Raider's 220,
Way too cheap,
which is unreasonably cheap.
especially for those land raiders.
Let's
They
see.
have invulns.
I
right?
was right. It's 220. They do not have an invul.
Oh, they do not. Okay.
It is one of the only things in the army that does not have an invul. But what it does have is 4 las cannon shots that hit on 2s.
See that alone. If you hit on 2s, you should cost a certain amount of points higher than everything else that hits on 3s.
Because what's the basic Land Raider that has las cannons in Space Marines? How much is it? 220?
220.
So they're the same cost. This
Same
one hits
cost,
on 2s?
same number of las guns hit on 3s.
That's unreasonable. They shouldn't.
100%.
Honestly, like, I think, and I don't know, Custodes players can roast me as much as they want, but I think they have to go to 250 at least.
Take them up to 240. Like
Like
And
240 maybe,
yeah,
but at 240 you're still taking 3.
sure. But then
This
you lose,
list, right?
you
This
lose some
list is still
custodian
taken.
guard along the way, which is fine.
Yes, you take 3 and you lose 3, so instead of 40 you play 37.
Yeah, and then undo the last custodian guard point nerf.
Yeah. Okay. Here's where my hot take gets mixed. So we definitely increase the points of the Land Raider. That's obvious. That's step
Obvious.
1.
Sure.
We increase the points of Custodian Guard because this list isn't playing Wardens. It's playing Guard.
Yeah, just like the normal dudes.
Just a bunch of dudes. So right now, Guard are 150 for 4.
Which is insane.
So maybe 165, 170.
Hell, just 160 should be enough.
Yeah. It's weird because 160 is like 2.5 points a model.
Well, they're taking what? How many units? 6 units?
I guess, yeah. So it does, yes, I get it. It comes up. Because they're gonna have to change some things around to make those weird points work. So yeah, 160, 165, something like that. Land Raider goes to 240, 250, whatever they choose there. I think with that, to create diversity, or to return diversity to the codex, because
Bring
it used to
down
have
a
it.
little.
Nope, I don't want to do that.
Fair
That
enough.
gets very dangerous.
You're
I
right.
want all of the dreadnoughts to come down.
Oh, okay, that would be fun. Yeah, because then we might see that dreadnought list play, and that's actually like a cool Custodes list. So
The super cool detachment that they gave them that nobody has played because they're too expensive.
right. So
Crazy.
make stuff interesting. So yes. So starting with Custodian Guard, let's add some points to that like busted ass list. And then let's try to make other stuff worth taking. Like just you don't have to pull like the cranked out levers super hard. They're not scary dominant, but they are making unfun Warhammer, I think is the best way to put it.
Right. And what's crazy is that there are currently 2 good ways to play Custodes.
Mhm.
This is one of them. And it's the most boring way to play Custodes that maybe has ever existed. And the other version is a minimum of 12 Vinatari, and that's way fucking cooler.
That is a lot cooler. There's a guy out there who plays all sisters, which is crazy.
Yeah. Because that detachment's actually really good if you know how to use it.
Yeah. And he goes
but also
like,
nobody owned it.
he goes like 4-1 in most tournaments with this, with like 140 Sisters of Silence and a bunch of rhinos.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Because nobody knows what it does.
It's just like
and
Battle
nobody
Shock
else
the
owns those
detachment.
models. Yeah,
What's that?
it is. It's just a ton. I said nobody owns those models, and
Nope.
nobody knows what it does.
Nope.
So
Anyway, let's move on to the next big story. And you know what, Joey? Quite frankly, I Catan stand it. So here's 6 Catan is like the easiest list to build and paint and put on the table, and to just like haplessly walk into one.
Mhm.
Because you can just win without thinking and having decent dice. It forces everyone in the meta to bring these big, dumb Rep X level guns so that their -1 damage is ineffective, and it completely shoves out things like Rage Curse Onslaught, anything World Eaters, anything melee that is a damage 2 infantry army just immediately folds to this stuff. How do
Anything
you
World
feel about
Eaters, unless perhaps you were going to run Demonkin.
Why?
It's the Demon detachment. Because that one actually kind of shits out big damage, but nobody has really been playing that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's just the reason I don't like it, because it's unfun Warhammer, except for the person playing Catan. And even that person who's playing Catan, all you have to do is roll kind of bad and you just lose, like, immediately. If you lose 2 Catan in one turn, you have lost the game.
I mean, if you're running 4 or 5, if you're running 6, you kind of still get to hang out.
Yeah, but like, I'm mostly talking about like the normal people, and most normal folks are going to run into players running 5 Catan.
5,
you know?
Yeah. Yep. It's the 3 and then 2 Transcendence.
Yeah. So here's the hard part. I want people to play Catan because I think that they're cool models. I just don't want to have a list of 5. I think, and like, I don't know how you feel. The most interesting nerf that I heard, and I think that might be too big of a nerf. And this was over from the Fireside podcast. It was David Gaylord was like, just take away -1 damage.
Oof.
Change nothing else except for -1 damage. And then, that would be like an outrageously hard nerf, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? I have an idea.
What is it?
And it's potentially as hard of a nerf, but it is also different.
Okay. What is it?
And it could be applied to just Pantheon of Woe.
Okay.
You make the Transcendent an epic hero.
I love that personally. I think that because I think the best way to play Pantheon of Woe, that's what this is, right?
It's 4. Yeah.
Yeah. It's mostly 2 or 3 of the Transcendents, and then your Nightbringer plus the idiot that's
Deceiver.
way too small and cheap.
Yeah.
Deceiver.
So
that's the one.
So here's where this stems from for me. I don't want to see too big of a points change, because outside of Pantheon, they're fine. They're expensive. And they're fine. Inside of Pantheon, they're more expensive because you're paying for enhancements. Fundamentally, the upgrades that they are getting, the necrodermal binding abilities, are enhancements.
Correct.
Not by name, but that is exactly what they are. So, if I or you, whatever, if you can't play Space Marines and take 2 up, 5 up on 3 dudes, then why can they?
Great question.
So if I take 3 Transcendents, why do all 3 of them get the enhancement?
Who can sprint across the map on every turn.
So you either say only one of them gets the enhancement, which just makes a headache for people to keep up with who's who.
Correct.
Or you just say,
take
you
one.
know what? Inside of Pantheon, in Pantheon of Woe detachment, you can only take 1.
Yeah, I think that is a well-reasoned nerf overall.
And that's it. That you've got 4 at most. And I think realistically you play 3 because the Void Dragon kind of sucks.
Right. And if you're playing 3, you have 3 really intensely good data sheets, and you just support the data sheets.
And you just support the data sheets. That's it.
Whoa. Anyway,
I think that's all we need to do.
I think that's a well-reasoned fix. I don't think
And you
they
can
need
keep
more
it. You
point
can
nerfs.
keep them everywhere else, right? If you want to take Hypercrypt and take 3 Transcendence, that's fine. You don't have, right? There's 2 ways to go about it. You either make him an epic hero and say, sorry, everybody gets 1, or you say inside of Pantheon you can only take 1. I think that's the more fair option.
Yeah, I agree.
And then if you're in Hypercrypt or Awakened Dynasty or whatever you decide to play, and you want to take 2 or 3 for some insane reason, you can, but not in Pantheon.
And there's no reason they can't code something like that. I mean, it's not, number 1, it's not the biggest lift. And number 2, they do already something similar. Well, they'll make like an Outrider a battle line unit in some detachments. So
Right. Well, and like I think Shadow Legion is the perfect example, right? Where they say inside of Shadow Legion, which is a demon's detachment, it's in the demon codex, or effectively codex, that you cannot take demon princes or named greater demons.
perfect. Easy
So
enough.
if you're gonna, like, putting a restriction on a detachment is a design space that they are comfortable with.
So that is good. I think that would be the fairest way to approach it. They don't need a bunch of point nerfs. They just need to change the number of Catan that you could bring in that
Yep.
detachment.
Because as soon as they do that, as soon as they go, here you can only take 1, then your list, we'll say the 5 Satan list, that's 2 Transcendence, is 330 points cheaper.
Boom. That gives you so
And
much
can
to
now
work with.
Can now do other stuff.
Yeah.
Can now take some trash scoring units.
In fact, it
And you
probably
don't need-
makes a better list overall.
Significantly better list. But right now there's no reason to only take 1, because you can take 3 of them that do this.
Anyway, all right. Let's move on to the third kind of looming problematic detachment that you're going to run into fairly often, which I lovingly have named the Grizzlord, Grizzled Company from Guard. It is not the fault of the rest of the community that the majority of Guard players don't know what they're doing. Their army rule is objectively great.
Their army rule is fantastic.
They have access to 100 million weapon profiles.
Roughly, yeah.
And now they have a detachment. What is it? And like it's double order and access to everything.
It's every officer gets an extra order.
Oh yeah, so units get extra orders.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
So I get to move fast
because it
and
means
hit harder.
The officers are allowed to issue more orders, but it does also mean that I don't know if there is or not, but it's just the wording of it that because it's every officer gets 1 additional order. If there is an officer unit that does not have orders, 1 additional from 0 is 1.
Oh, so you just get to do more. Okay. So the biggest problem with this army currently, because I want people to play Guard, I really do. But I really want to not have to think about the fact that the Rogaldorn is like the cheapest, best weapon for its points in the game. It's crazy how efficient that thing is.
Wildly.
And even Guard players are like, yeah, man, this thing is so cheap.
They should probably go up.
They should
Yeah.
go up. Like all versions of Rogaldorn go up a few points. Like just not
And it's
like,
kind of
don't
one of
point
the
it
only
out of
things.
contention.
Yeah,
can
and it's
go
kind of one of the only things I want to see go up in
That's
that
it.
codex.
Yeah.
Because the detachment was already nerfed.
Right. But detachment is worse than it was, which is fine. But the
In a
Rogaldorn is
very
still
minor
really
way.
good.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, right? Is that the detachment lost the rerolling wounds of 1. Dorns already do that.
Yeah.
So they didn't lose anything.
There's like, oh, I guess we'll bring 3 now. Like, come on. Like, nerf that tank. Keep everything else the
Which
same.
one? It's the commander, I believe, that rerolls ones.
Yes. It's like 1 reroll of 1 reroll to hit and wound, I think. So yeah, the commander's great. The regular version is still great because you get to blanko damage once per game, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
which is awesome. It's a great tank.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
T12. It has all the
commander
meltas.
is 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 damage, and then the regular is blanket damage, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's T12, 2 up, 18 wounds. It's OC 5 for God's sake.
yeah. Like, it's okay to be T12, 2 up, 18 wounds. Fine. It's named the Rogel Dorn. Awesome. It's one of the most iconic tanks in the game. Awesome.
Oddly enough, because it's new, but yeah.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that efficient from a point perspective. It needs to cost more points. So jack that
Off
thing
the
up
top of your
and make
head,
guards play different styles of lists.
off the top of your head, do you know how much a Rogodorn is?
I believe they are 240.
Ooh, okay. They're 250.
Okay, they're 250 points.
The tank is 250, the commander is 275. So
Okay.
I don't think they need anything drastic.
No, pushed up a little bit.
Maybe 285, maybe 260, right? Like just enough. We're talking about in 4 or 5 tank chassis, we're losing a unit of horses?
Maybe.
Like we're good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Which is, yeah, and that's great. Like, it's just a little too resilient with is a little too much firepower for their current cost.
Right.
Plus, considering all the rest of the guard units cost like a nickel.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Like, this detachment has brought Bulgrin back. And
Yes, sir.
somebody who plays Deathwing Knights on a very frequent basis, nobody likes that kind of profile.
To be fair, I guess if we're really, Bulgrin are far too cheap.
How much are they right now?
For 3?
For 6.
Or I guess let's do 6 because that's closest to your Deathwing Knights, right? Because they are T6, 3 up save, 3 wounds, 6 up feel no pain, -1 damage.
Huh?
They are, for 6 of them. Do you want to guess? I don't know.
180.
No, they're 200, but that's still insane.
Yeah. Deathwing Knights cost
Like,
250.
Right, and Deathwing Knights are
2
4
up,
wounds,
4
right?
-1, 4 wounds.
So it is the same number of wounds.
Yeah, same number of wounds. So Bulgrin are a little cheap, which is funny because they were nerfed into oblivion from a points perspective.
I mean, Bulgrin don't have an invul.
Okay. But they have the feel no pain. It's a 6 up, or right? It's a 6 up.
It's a 6 up, yeah.
So, you can get cheated out of a damage
And
here and there.
It's only this. It's Grizzled's fault because they can't get orders except in Grizzled they can. So
And so then they get the additional save, right?
right.
That just makes them
So then they are
genuinely
they are a
problematic.
2 up, or they go to movement 8, and like it's 9 because they're 6 and you get +3 for move.
Oh yeah.
So
Wow, they have 6 inches of movement? Fuck.
they're move 6, but
That's fine.
whatever.
Whatever, it's fine.
You can improve their weapon skill. You can improve, like it. Bleh.
Anyway, Grizzled Company's dope, but something needs to change. I don't want the rules to change. I want the points on a few specific units to go up. That's it. And that's for the most part. I want to go about this list in a very objective, let's try to do this nice kind of way, rather than a bitch list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because while there are these units like Bulgrin and Rogodorns and Rogodorn Commanders that do need to go up a little bit, simultaneously in the same way that I talked about Custodes, there are tons of units that could go down.
Yeah.
And
really
just foster the variety. Like honestly, almost every single Lehman Russ chassis could go down.
Probably. Lehman Rush is a bit annoying to deal with, but yes, they could.
Yeah.
But it would open up another avenue of play, and goodness knows we all need that for stuff we play into.
That's yeah. Give me variety.
Anyway, all you guard players out there, be like Bailey and be good at the game, and stop drooling yourself into buffs. Let's go into the next faction, which is I'm going to go with Chaos Gladius. So CSM got 2 new detachments.
Cladius.
What?
I said Cladius.
Gladius. CSM got 2 new detachments. Now, the knee jerk is to go to Chaos Gladius, which removes dark packs, but gives you a detachment that has access to single CP dark packs effectively. That has advance and charge, advance and shoot, that has reactive move, literally every best thing that you can think of that Gladius has, plus Stormlance, plus Emperor's Children, kind of mashed into a single detachment. And even then, the best players in the world are saying that the other one is better. So there's that. And the other one, I haven't
not
looked
gonna
into
lie to
this
you.
one too
Didn't
heavily.
even look at the other one.
You still get dark packs. It's a little more flavorful towards the new unit of dudes, but it like leans into Chaos Terminators more than anything else.
Oh yeah, because
Making
it's
that
supposed to be
10-man
the
like stupid.
it's supposed to be the Red Corsair one, right?
The Red Corsair one, yeah.
Let's see.
So I don't think we should nerf anything, but I do think we should be very wary, like as a community, that these detachments are very good. And CSM is has a very robust player base, which has led to their win rates being very low. But if objectively, their detachments are very strong in the right hands. You look perplexed, Joey.
Yeah, this detachment's insane.
It's crazy. It's very good. They're both
because Renegade. Which one is? Hold on. It's Renegade.
No, Renegade
Warband
is like the Gladius one.
Yeah. Okay, good. Making sure I'm looking at the right one. Yeah, Huron's Marauders. This thing's insane.
Yeah, it slaps. They're both awesome.
It's in your command phase. You select one of the following abilities until the start of your next command phase. Every Heretic Astartes infantry unit from your army that has this ability, which is everything, at the start of each phase, if such a unit is visible to Huron until the end of the phase, it has both. So, like they've done with all the Space Marine ones, the detachment is good. If you have the character, it's better. But all it is visible to Huron, which is actually kind of nuts.
A little bit.
Okay, but your options are... Yeah, your options are +1 to hit.
Cool.
All the time. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack.
You just hit better. You just hit on 2s.
Add 1 to the hit roll.
Your detachment rules.
Actually
your
crazy.
Army hits on 2s.
Actually crazy. And then the other one is eligible to shoot and charge in a turn in which you fall back.
Huh?
And if you, in the charge phase or in the movement phase, because if you're there in the movement phase, you're still going to be there in charge phase. So in the movement phase, you move Huron out from behind a building, and then your unit that is in combat can see him. They can fall back, shoot, and charge, and also get +1 to hit because they're looking at Huron.
Yeah, it's great. This is a phenomenal detachment. Like, it's objectively strong.
The first enhancement just gives you both abilities all the time.
Well, that's great. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s all the time.
Yep.
The second enhancement lets you charge after disembarking from a transport that moved.
Oh, that's nice.
Which, as a Dark Eldar player, that's fun. Someone
who owns Land Raiders, I also agree that that's fun.
Yep. One of them, the next one is fine. Every time they're set up on the battlefield, every enemy unit within 6 takes a battle shock test. But if they were set up using Deep Strike, it's every enemy unit within 12.
Yeah, this is the Terminator detachment.
Yeah. And then the other one is Heretic Astartes model, period. The bearer has infiltrate. We're infiltrating Demon Princes, baby.
Yeah, it's very good.
You can infiltrate a Disco Lord because it just says Heretic Astartes. Cool. Love it.
Or, Terminators.
Yeah. Hey, no, it doesn't give his unit infiltrate.
Oh, my apologies.
It says the bearer, which is interesting.
Okay.
But good news for anybody who's listened to my personal takes on if a detachment is good or not, and which is a funny take, not actually completely serious. All 6 of these strats are 1 CP.
Huh? Which good.
Let's go.
That's how they should be.
Yeah.
Also,
2 CP is so annoying. With
You
with how many Vects are in the game, 2 CP really, really sucks.
yeah. Put that infiltrator's ability. This I'm looking at Goodhammer. Put that infiltrator's ability onto a Chaos Lord or an MOE, and assign them to a group of 3 wound infiltrating unit.
Yes. That is I believe that that's the actual purpose for it, right? Because the Reeve captain has infiltrate, but a regular lord does not.
Yeah,
So
pretty good. So yeah, be careful of the Chaos Space Marines, guys. They're going to be popping up, and they're going to be really strong. Do not underestimate them. You're going to lose. It's pretty simple.
yeah, and I mean at the same token, because like we were saying that I don't think anything needs to get nerfed. I think Huron's too expensive.
I agree. I think that he might be a little overcosted.
Like they made him 120. That's actually insane.
It's a bit high.
Like that's bad.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
So those are the stuff that we need to be concerned about. Let's take a second, and Joey, can you tell us about what we recently got set up with?
I can. So, very excitingly, thus here at the Yop, we have now a third way to support us.
Yeah.
Or I guess fourth, right? You consume our content, please. That's
Thank you.
one. Go to our Patreon. We appreciate that. Go to the Baron using our affiliate link or our discount code. We appreciate that. And now, I have talked about this company before, and now we get to talk about them more, and I'm excited about it. Company by the name of Squadmarks. Squadmarks produces these little clip-on magnets for your bases. I found them on Instagram, started using them like a year and a half ago, and I will never buy regular magnets again. They are wildly affordable for what they do. They are clip-on and adjustable, so like the 25 millimeter base or the 25 millimeter clip-on will fit on a 32. It stretches out to do that, and then it clips on, and it's got little markers on it, and I will have to take pictures and everything so that everybody can see them. If you have not, or go to their website and look at them. But they have little markers. They come in a variety of different colors. So not only does it magnetize your models with the easiest magnetization that you will ever have, it also gives you squad identity markers. So you can differentiate your things with different colors.
And that I think is the biggest benefit. Magnets are
Yeah.
cool, but like not everybody is artistically inclined enough to create with paint what differentiates their model.
Yep. And like perfect example is over and when we went to WCW, I have a ton. Like I have over 200 Squadmarks because they make them for a bunch of different bases. But I only have like 20 for 25 millimeter bases. And I was playing 50 witches, so that didn't work. But what I did was I took the Squadmarks and I put them, and I told all of my opponents, I said, hey, these little markers here are only on the special weapons.
Oh, nice.
So the regular bases are regular girls. They will die first.
Excellent.
Perfect. I love the company. They're fantastic. And now we are officially affiliated with them. You can check out our affiliate link, which will be down in the description. And then we have a discount code. Get yourself 10% off. Pretty
What's
good.
that discount code?
It's YOP40K. Capital YOP, lowercase k.
Yup. Thanks, Squadmarks.
So, yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back into factions. So these are all of the other factions. We're just going to kind of run through here. We don't have to spend nearly as much time because they're all like the middling guys.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about whether we feel that they should be buffed or nerfed or remain the same. Starting with sisters, who have been creeping up and are very ever present in the meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that you need to be wary of is the 30 sacrosants that just kind of bog down the board, supported by 4 tanks roughly.
Supported by sisters.
And just
whatever.
a bunch of meltas and stuff, and like good luck killing these units because they're really actually hard to get through. So buff, nerf, or leave it as is.
I'm honestly perfectly fine leaving it alone.
Same. I think they're okay. I think they're
very
well balanced.
it is very good, and it plays exactly as it is intended to play.
Yep.
It is not dominant,
Nope.
nor do I think it's oppressive.
No, and like the
They are
really
still
good
T3.
players do really well with them.
Yep.
Which is great.
They're still T3. You throw bolters at them, and you just wait for them to fail 4-ups, and they will.
Pretty much. Very good. Let's move on to AdMech, Adeptus Mechanicus. So they're still really strong, like really strong.
They are.
Nobody owns it. Nobody owns AdMech.
Yeah, and AdMech I think is another another victim of players being bad. Okay, here we go. We got it. For the clip, buff AdMech.
Whoa. Pardon me?
Buff AdMech.
Please, why? Explain. Explain your
The
heresy.
explanation is buff very specific units that don't see play. Yeah, it's very specific units. They realistically, the army is fantastic. Their army rule is good. They have 6. I'm looking. 6 detachments, only one of which is actually bad.
Yeah, 2 very legit ones.
2 of them are realistically only 2 of them see top table success, but the other 3 are still very viable and very fun. Now, certain things need to change. I think Call is too expensive. I understand what he does. He gives them oath. That's great.
Pretty good.
But I'm paying 210 points for my oath, and everybody else that has oath gets it for free.
Yeah, but I don't have 25 units.
I understand that.
Okay.
I do.
Let's just
was
remind the
addressed.
audience.
I know, and that was addressed, right? They did the most recent points nerf did take effectively 2 units away from armies.
Sure. Okay. 22 units left.
Which does feel a lot better because we don't have where most units or most armies are running around with 2, maybe 3 trash scoring units.
Mhm.
I'm now running around with 4, maybe 5 instead of 6 or 7, and that's nuts. Now, Call is the lowest priority on the list. Ultimately, I will pay 210 points for him because Oath is too good, and I will do it.
You get an
I'm
army
just
roll
a
for a
little sad
unit.
about it. I'm just a little sad about it. Because if you do have an answer to him and you do kill him, then my army becomes real bad real fast. So that kind of feels bad. Now, Electro Priest of both varieties, buff them.
I would say
bad.
buff the Electro Priest. Yes, keep Call's points the same.
That's fine. I will give up on Call. I'll give up on Call because no one is going to believe me or
it's an
agree with
army
me,
rule.
and that's fine. My biggest hope, other than like Electro Priests, are honestly number 2. My number 1 hope and my number 1 thing to buff is Castellan robots.
I agree. I think Castellan
They're
robots are
so
too cool
expensive.
to leave on the sideline.
They're so cool, and the best detachment, Halo Creed, literally has an enhancement that is only for them.
Yeah. And they're like
There's
reasonable
also-
when you play them in the detachment too. Like it's not like they're
They
bad,
have-
but they're not good, you know?
Right. They have their own detachment.
They're dope.
They're bad,
People
but
should be
they're
playing them.
They're not good enough. They're too
No.
expensive.
They're very expensive.
And it's just
They
and
are
I don't know what you do.
problematic.
Maybe it's not. Maybe they're not too expensive. They're 200 points. They're 400 points for whatever, or maybe they're not. I don't know. Let's see. It's 180 and 360, right? So 180 for 2, 360 for that, and then their character that is going to be leading them because otherwise they're useless. Is where'd you go? Not prepared for my own rant. 35, right? So they're 405 for 4 of them and the dude. Helpfully enough, character is the only one that I know about because it's the stark opposite of the Necron problem. When he is leading robots, he loses the infantry keyword,
Fascinating.
which is good because you can't anti-infantry him away.
Sure. But he's still an AdMech character.
He is still an AdMech character, T4.
Yeah.
He does
You
have a
don't
2
need
save and
anti-infantry
5 of
against
invul.
T3 models.
He's T4.
Oh, okay.
But also he's in the unit, right? So you have to wound them. But
I mean, precision is what I'm.
Yeah. So I don't know, and they're very tough. They're T9 with 7 wounds. They're vehicles, which is the downside. They are a 2-up armor. You can make them T10. And then they have a 5-up invul, which is better than a 6. It's just vehicle is a pretty huge detriment. 7 wounds is just awkward enough to be helpful, I think.
I think 7 wounds is a pretty good breakpoint, especially with how tough
It's
they
pretty
are.
good. Yeah. So
The
I
fact
don't.
that you
Maybe
could
they're
make
not
them
too
tougher.
cheap. Yeah, you can absolutely, and so maybe they're not too cheap. And the issue maybe is just rules. But the problem is that it's just the design philosophy of AdMech is board flood. And if I'm spending 400 points on one unit, even if that unit is worth 400 points, that's 3 or 4 other units that I'm not taking to do things.
Yeah. I think
And
they
that's
have
the problem.
I don't know if it's a point issue. They could probably go down in like 10 to 15, but I think they would really walk that line of people just maxing them out, potentially, and
Yeah.
that could be like a potentially
Um,
like just unfun thing to play into, but it's hard to say.
maybe they should have a 4-up invul instead of a 5.
Yeah, you give them a 4
Potentially.
up invuln, and that unit doesn't even have to change. Like nothing has to change except for the 4 up invuln,
Yeah.
and they become dramatically more viable in that circumstance.
Right. The only thing I can think other than that is, and again, you could do detachment specific because Halo's Creed already has the enhancement that is for them. And so you could just add an extra blip at the end of that enhancement that allows them to breach.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
And because if they can breach, they're realistically, like, I don't want to exaggerate, but like realistically, I think they're 2 to 3 times more effective.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, they are kind of awkward because they're what, 50 mils?
Yeah, they're 50 mil vehicles
Yeah,
and only at a 6-inch move.
yeah. Yeah,
So
giving them the ability
yeah,
because
granted,
it's really easy to like keep them from breaching with the 1-inch
yeah,
rule.
yeah,
But like in WTC, they become immediately like one of the better units out there.
right,
It's pretty cool.
right. And so, like, yeah, in Halo Creed, you can make a move 8, but that's still not fast enough. And so if you just go, all right, here's this, with after the enhancement, we're looking at for almost 450 point unit,
Yeah,
430 ish.
sure.
But cool, you get to walk through this wall, and that would be great.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It would make them a much more usable unit. And even then, like hell, just give them breachable. Don't give them the 4-up. Just give them breachable.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't think you do both.
Yeah.
I don't think we do both. But
pick
yeah, just
one.
let them add it to the enhancement. Add it to the enhancement. Say that they can breach, and we're hanging out, and I'm having a good time, and I get to play my big punchy 1960s robots.
Yep.
And not feel bad about it, because I will say that they are currently in my Halo Creed list because I like them,
For sure. Yeah,
but I will feel bad about it. So
Yep. that's right. All right, let's move on.
yeah,
On to
All right,
Black
moving on.
Templar. Black Templar
Nerf 'em.
are fine.
Done.
I don't think they need to be changed. I don't think they need to be nerfed. I don't think they need to be buffed. They have really good guns when they want them. They have really good melee when they want it.
Yeah, I think the issue that I have with Black Templars is not a Black Templar problem; it's a Space Marine problem. The battle line detachment with Black Templars specifically is just insane.
It kind of slaps. Yeah, it's pretty good.
If it wasn't for that detachment, then yeah, they're fine. Leave them alone.
Even then, but I haven't even seen that detachment like sniff the board yet. So
That's fair.
So if that, like right now, leave it as is. And if we sail off into the end of the edition with like a battle line detachment being the best, that would be fascinating.
Being that we started the edition caring about battle line, why not end it with it being good?
Yeah, that would be fun. Anyway, Blood Angels. Blood Angels are in a great spot.
They're in a good spot.
I think they're probably top 3 Space Marines right now. Probably top 2 behind Ultramarines. Rage Curse Onslaught is an awesome detachment. It's not overwhelming. It has things that you have really efficient ways that you can like reduce what they do with just -1 damage units. Like, I don't think they're in a spot right now where they're too oppressive. I think they're very good, and I don't think you should change.
Yep. And it's the same, right? If you can charge them, then you
They
can
can-
watch them do nothing
Yeah.
and feel good about it. So
That's true.
they play fundamentally the same as Monster Mash. You've got 4 or 5 big hammers, and if those hammers are answered, you'll lose the game.
Pretty much. That's it. All right. Knights of both. I'm pushing them both together.
Yeah.
I don't really look. Chaos Knights have triple GAT, and it's still reasonably good. And then Big Knights are kind of painted into a corner, and I don't want to see them come out of it at this stage.
That's fair.
I think they are. I don't know. I don't. There's nothing.
Knights are, yeah, from a design standpoint, they're just
They make the game
such,
fucking weird.
yeah, they're such a hard army to balance properly that I don't think that they're ever, definitely not this edition, they're not going to balance them within the numbers that GW considers balanced. They're either going to be just outside of too good or just under not good enough.
Dark Angels, I believe, are
Dark
okay.
Angels.
What's up?
No, then I said Dark Angels.
Dark
and then you said
Angels,
they were
my
okay.
boys. Look, I would love for people for GW to buff Dark Angels a little bit. I don't necessarily feel the need that they should be buffed. I think Black Knights are in a great spot. I think Deathwing Knights are
Yeah.
fine at 250. Could they go down 5 points? Probably. Yes. Should they? Probably not. For
It's
me,
one of those-
like getting punched in the Assault Devastators, that hurts, but there's still options in the end. Dark Angels are okay. The not having real access to +1 to wound kind of sucks when all the other Space Marines more or less do. But hey, Dark Angels is all about playing these very tough units. So I am not unhappy with where they're at. I feel as though maybe if anything goes down in points, it's Inner Circle Companions. Because they're just very killy, but otherwise they die because they're the one unit of all of the Blade Guard equivalents that just don't have access to an invuln unless you a character that has one in there. And if you're willing to risk Azrael early in game, sure, but like otherwise a librarian is like the only other opportunity to do that. So yeah, I think Dark Angels are fine overall. I would love to have Send Devs that are a little bit cheaper again, but I understand why they don't do that. So yeah, Dark Angels are cool.
I think that's fine. Death Guard.
Oh, Death Guard. Their points probably should come down a little.
Yeah.
Just like a little.
I think
not
they
a
were
lot.
hit. I think they were probably hit just a smidgen too hard.
1 unit too hard.
Yeah. That smidgen was just a smidgen, but it was just enough to take them from top dog to Y.
Yeah, like to pretty low,
So-
which people are still playing it and figuring out and playing well with it. You can do really well
Yep.
with teams with it still.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about
Plague
from
Marines
City
are still great.
perspective,
Plague Marines still fuck.
Plague Marines are really strong. You're just in a weird point spot now. So
Yeah.
give
And
them
it's
one
just
unit back.
it's strange units. It's strange units. Like Plague Marines are great. I don't think that they're terribly overcosted. Mortarion is honestly wildly cheap for what he can do. There's just weird ones, right? Like Death Shroud are a little too expensive.
No, they're not.
Whatever their other Terminators are too expensive because they're bad.
The other Terminators are priced
like-
okay where they're at.
Yeah. The Plague Burst Crawlers I'm fine with because I indirect is too slippery of a slope to mess with.
Correct. They're just one
Like
they're
Blight
just-
Haulers.
let them do enough of a point nerf to let them bring 1 more unit in, but not 2. And I think Death Guard is Death Watch. Death Watch is fine.
Death Watch's fine.
I don't see the need to change. Like there are people who still take home tournaments with it. It's good. It's just
Consistently.
like big hammers of stuff. It plays just like Blood Angels, but uppy downy instead.
They are Again, army rule, fantastic. They're a great army, and the good players are still doing very, very well with them. You can look at you can look at ITC rankings right now and look at Steven Box, because there are sometimes that you look at a faction and you go, oh, well, yeah, this person's number one, but realistically, look at their points, because that's when you know if it's going to change or not. Steven Box is number one with Deathwatch with almost 1,100 points.
All right.
We're talking about big tournaments. They're fine.
They're fine. Deathwatch
If they don't do well for you, do better.
Exactly. Just learn how to put them drop them in the right spots.
Yeah.
It's not a hard play pattern.
Really not.
Drukhari, how much do we need to nerf him, Joey?
Not.
I think they're
not
they're
a single
fine.
bit. Not a single bit. People talk about Hellions and all the crazy shit and I've talked about all the crazy shit that they can do. They are wildly easy to play around. I would like to see a handful of very specific buffs. But I don't think they need a nerf of any kind.
No, I don't think they need a nerf. I'm not sure if they really need buffs. I think they're fine. Personally.
It's one specifically. It's Kabalite Warriors. They have absolutely no business being 115 points.
Okay. What should they be? 100, 105? 100?
I would love 100. Witches are 90. That's crazy. Yeah, I would love 100. I'd be fine with 105, but 115. They have okay, yes, they're sticky. That's great. They're T3 4 up armor 6 up Inbol. They have no business being 115 points.
Yeah, that seems a little high, but their strength is really good though, right?
Sure.
They could blender lots of units.
Theoretically, their pain ability is actually very good. You just have to use it.
Gotcha.
And get them in a position that they can be used.
Yeah. I mean, it's here's the thing. If people aren't playing the unit, it's probably just a little too expensive. Drop it 5 or 10 points and see what happens.
Yeah. And that's really where we're at.
Fall into the ridiculous range,
Yes. They don't need to be 90 points like witches.
No.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But 100, 105, I'd be pretty excited.
Perfectly reasonable
to see that, because right now, they're 115. Hand of the Archon is 125.
Hand of the Archon is a whole ass unit. Come on.
Hand of the Archon is basically the same models.
Yeah.
But you pick an objective in not your deployment zone at the beginning of the game, and if they're touching it, they get they become OC3, and they get a 5-up invul. So they're just better.
Only just.
And they have Scout 7.
Okay, that's reasonable.
And they're only 10 points more expensive.
Yeah, that seems...
it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
And their pain ability is just as blendy. It's in shooting or fighting, with the exception of the Dark Lance Blaster Blast Pistol, so the big crazy damage stuff. Every other gun gets lethal hits and precision.
Oh, okay. And that's hand,
They
right?
can... Yeah. For just 10 points more.
Yeah. I feel, though, you can probably bring them down. Okay.
Yeah.
But that seems like a fair and measured perspective.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into...
Emperor's Children.
Yeah, Emperor's Children here. They are fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
I have no... I don't think we've seen enough data with the nerfs that they took. People are figuring it out. Let's let people figure it out, because the good players are still really good with it.
Mm-hmm. And they're about to get Defilers.
Yeah, which is awesome.
So they're going to have a shooting profile finally, which is cool.
Good for them. Before we move on to the next series of units, let's talk about our local friendly gaming stores. So I want to make specific shout outs to Real Deal Tabletop over in Coeur d'Alene. Thanks, Dale, for all your hard work. Big shout out to Bob over at Gamers Haven here in Spokane. Thanks for everything you do, Bob. And then the one special loving shout out to Bailey Strom over at Windy City Toys and Collectibles in Ellensburg, Washington. If you're driving across Washington, make sure you stop in Ellensburg over at Windy City. in order to give yourself or find yourself some really cool stuff along the way.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do want to throw out real quick,
Yeah.
because we actually haven't talked about it a ton. I don't think I've talked about it at all, maybe at passing. So here in Real Deal, here at Real Deal in Coeur d'Alene, March 21st, 22nd, the weekend, third weekend of March, we are doing another GT.
let's go.
Smaller, it's only 36 people, but that is still a GT for your very, very important ITC points. Come down and play. It's 36 people. We already have 25 signed up. So, the math says that's only 11 more. So come on out, sign up for it, and come out and play. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah. Come and eat some lunch with us, guys. It'll be fun.
It's March for McCrag. If you want to find it on
the
BCPs.
So come see us, come hang out, come play games. It'll be a great time. All right.
It will.
Let's move on to some of the last armies here. Let's quickly talk about the good old stalwart Grey Knights. Grey Knights.
Buff them so hard.
What's that?
Buff them so hard.
My God, give them some buffs for the love of God. Like, please drop the points of Dread Knights to a reasonable degree, and then make Terminators takeable from a points perspective. Make Paladins takeable from a points perspective. Like right now, they need something. We only have one detachment that's worth playing, and the rest of them are doo-doo, and it's sad.
Why, in all of 40K, where multiple armies have viable Terminator spam lists, why is the one army
With
that
the
is
most Terminator
actually
Terminators
fundamentally built to be Terminator spam not?
Great question. It's really sad to be a Grey Knight player right now. Not only do we have an awful range, we have the most boring codex out of everything that exists. Yeah, you can play 4 units and 1 detachment.
From a design standpoint, I think Grey Knights are the worst codex in the game.
Yeah.
And that
boring.
Is including our next army that is not a real army.
That's true. Agents of the Imperium. They're not a real army. Don't buff them.
They're not. No, do buff them. Make them an army.
Don't buff them. Don't nerf them. Don't make them an army. Just let them be the demons of the Imperium.
I think you do one of two things. You either buff them and actually make them a legitimate army and stop playing around, or you just abolish them and put them back in the codexes they came from.
Yeah. I mean, if in 11th edition they maintain that they just don't get an army rule, why? Why exist at all?
I mean, they do, right?
They don't have an army rule.
The army rule is just the kill team bullshit thingy.
Yeah, it's like the assassin stuff, right? Or is that the detachments? Anyway, make them a faction or don't make them a faction, but like go in one direction. Same thing goes for demons, but we'll get to demons. Bailey, our dear proprietor of Windy City Toys and Collectibles, is trying to make them work. So we'll see how it goes.
This is written so poorly.
It's terrible. Yeah. Agents of the Imperium is not worth looking at right now if you like to play Warhammer.
Okay, yeah, they don't have an army rule. They don't have an army rule. However, on paper,
okay,
Imperialis Fleet, I think, is one of the best attachments in the game.
Sure.
It's just stapled to horrendous units with no army rule.
Yep. As it turns out, it's not great. Like, you can take agents to a GT and go 3 and 2. You can do that.
You can win an RTT with them.
You can win an RTT with agents, but by no means can you expect like consistent success into good opponents as of right now. Like, unless you just have all the units that have invulns and you just happen to roll all of the invulns, sure.
But then that is also just not what you just said, which was consistent.
Yeah, it's impossible to be that consistent. So yeah, agents suck. But they're not nearly as bad as Grey Knights, which is hilarious to say. Leagues of Votann are fine. I don't do anything. leave them. I think they're awesome the way they are. Perfect. Don't
Leave them
touch.
alone. They're fine.
Yep. Orcs.
The
Give them a buff.
Orcsies, maybe a buff.
Now, what I
Because
want
I don't
to
know
see.
why.
What?
I don't understand GW's thought process that every time they do give them a buff, it's too much and they immediately take it away.
So here are the buffs I would like to see. And I think, this is something that I've heard from like Adam Camilleri specifically. Just reverse all the green tide nerfs.
Please.
Do that. And like just watch, like just let people play the detachments as they initially were, except for like Big Daka.
Bully Boys.
Bully Boys, sure.
Well, because
So-
Bully Boys wasn't a detachment change. That was a
It
change
was
to Mega
unit
Knobs.
change. The Mega Knobs,
Bully
right?
Boys is still good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me release Green Tide back.
Release Green Tide. So easy to do. It will be fine.
Honestly, I think in the current state of the game, I think release Mordaka is fine.
I don't. I really don't. I don't want to see orcs good at shooting.
That's fair. That is the problem.
I think that's weird. They're a melee army. They should be a melee army.
The new detachment's cute.
With this
It's
Grotness
the
point
fr- it's-
2.5
Yeah, it's for freebooters is what it's flavored for.
pirate one. right?
Yeah, the pirate one. It's honestly, it's cool because of one stratagem. That's pretty much it.
Anyway, give them a
But
buff.
from
Just-
like a, from a like, ooh, this the strat could actually be really useful in like 17 fucking scenarios. That's cool, but it's not overall. It's not better than Warhorde. So
yeah, let's just give us release tide. Pull back a few nerfs, just like little bit, just undo a few buttons, and let's see where we go. And if it's crazy, okay, understood. But let's let the orcs play their boys. How about that? Let's just do that first.
I just want to put 80 boys back on the table. That's all I want to do. It was a great time.
It was. Space Marines.
Space Marines, they're fine.
They're fine. Leave them as is. They don't need much.
I would like to see exactly one thing, which will be considered as a nerf, but is, I think, wildly fair, and that is counting Ultramarines as a supplement and taking my +1 to wound away from them.
Yeah, if Ultramarines were counted as a supplement, then they would just be a fair Warhammer faction. Keeping +1 on the others you would see a lot more play with the other, like with the Imperial Fists and the White Scars and the Salamanders. Probably a lot more Salamanders than anything else.
That are all objectively good detachments and really cool, and you don't see them because they're just not better than Ultramarines.
Yeah, and Ultramarines have more than enough characters and more than enough units at this stage to say, okay, they don't need +1 anymore. I know that they're the poster boy, but like even like when I'm writing lists now, I'm just like, man, I want to play Dark Angels. But then I'm like, man, I really just kind of want to play Ultramarine Gunline. Because it's just good. So
It's just good.
it has all
Just
the
take
tools.
+1 to wound away from them.
Yeah, just get rid of +1 to wound, and Astartes are fine.
And that's it. That's literally it.
They probably tumble down pretty considerably after that, but that would mostly be due to abandonment. Space Wolves. Ooh, this is a tough one. They kind of need a tougher detachment to be good, because as of right now, they're just kind of sad because they're not nearly as tough as Dark Angels because they don't have Deathwing Knights. They have Wolfguard Terminators, which are okay, but -1 to wound Terminators is not equivalent to -1 damage Terminators, especially when you can have -1 to wound and -1 damage Terminators. They certainly have a lot of cool stuff, and you can play really well. If there's a buff to be had, it's that they just need one of their detachments to give them something a little bit better. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. But right now with the game state, they just, it's tough.
So it's the new one, right? Saga of the Great Wolf. You change one word in that detachment.
So what?
And instead of saying, when your unit makes a ranged attack, add +1 to hit. When your unit makes an attack, add +1 to hit. And that's
Oh,
fine
yeah.
because that detachment effectively is a shooting. Like in reality, that detachment is a shooting detachment. And that's not Space Wolves. And there's no, like any melee that you take in that detachment, you are taking because its data sheet is good enough. Because that detachment is doing nothing for you, which is why all the good players are still playing Stormlance.
And the
So
only
just change it.
relevant nerf that you can think of that would just kind of break them probably would be to reverse the Iron Priest rule, which is instead
Yeah.
of pick a weapon, it's all of the weapons and give them rapid. We
Mhm.
don't want to do that. That is not
No.
a smart way to
No,
change
that's
that
too
army at
much.
all.
That's too much. Because if you do that, then you would, I think, need to also add the stipulation that you can't target rep X's.
Or you can only do it once per turn.
Sure. Yeah.
If you reverse the rule, you can only have one priest that could actually implements the rapid on all guns. And you
Mhm.
can then target one rep X, like fine.
Which is super weird.
But you
So, like,
can't bring 3 fucking
just
Iron Priests to
right.
do that
Like,
3
just
times.
change it. Just say when your unit makes an attack, you get +1 to hit, and then Russ will let you do it, or Logan will let you do it one more time.
Yeah.
And you're good.
Cool. And I think that would be I think that would work out well. You do that and then
And
the
honestly,
wolves become
I'm not sure that that's still not better than Stormlance.
It's really hard because Stormlance is objectively awesome.
But it is at least interesting.
Yes. Make them interesting. Thousand Suns are fine. They're good right
They're
now.
fine.
I don't
They're
think they need any relevant changes.
And they just
They're
got
always on that knife edge.
they just got a crazy box.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So
Yeah, let's not buff the 2000 Suns. Let's leave them as they are.
mhm.
Nids. I think Nids are fine. I think they've
Nids are
just
fine.
been boring the whole edition.
Yeah. I think it's very similar. I think I could realistically say this for most armies. Small buffs on little units that don't get played. And that's it.
Yeah. They have 2 very playable detachments. 3 really when it comes down to it.
3, really, yeah. And Nids suffer from the same problem that Space Marines have, which is they have, 17,000 data sheets, but 6 of them are good.
Yep. That's just the way life works when you are
So
the
just
first people in an edition to get a codex.
yeah, so just fix it a little bit cuz honestly, one of the coolest lists that I have seen probably this edition was like 3 weeks ago. It's the warrior detachment. Do you know how many warriors you can actually put on the table?
No, how many?
Warrior bodies.
How many?
It's 76.
That's a lot of warriors. Are they 2 or 3 wounds?
Because they're 3. Because they're battle line. And so you take 6 units of 6 melee and 6 units of 6 ranged and 3 primes and the Neuro Tyrant. And that's your 2,000 points.
And they're T5?
Yeah, but they're 4 up armor and like they just fucking
250 wounds, T5.
It's hilarious.
That's pretty fun.
Because they get a invul in that detachment. So like it's pretty funny.
Are they 5 up or 4 up?
5
up, I assume.
Invul, it's a 5.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, let's make warriors playable, but only a little bit. Tau.
I don't want to make 70, whatever, 76, 77. I don't want to make that actually good. Like, I don't want people to go, oh, I need to go buy, 17 warrior kits. But I would like it to be viable for anybody to play 12.
Sure. Like there should be at any point in any army that you can bring a max unit with a character and not feel bad about it. Somewhere in your codex, somewhere in your detachments, that there should be an enhancement and detachment that benefits one of these units to its maximum enough to make it cool.
It's the perfect example is Vanguard, because the Tyranid Prime is Vanguard keyword, so he makes his max unit Vanguard keyword. And that's really cool, except the fact that they're only T5
Yeah.
with a 4-up save.
Right.
And they will die immediately.
Make Tyranids okay. They don't have to be great.
And
just
it's
make
not
them okay.
It's not points, because 6
No.
warriors is only 150 points.
No. Nids don't need point changes. They are cheap as chips. All of their
Honestly, I
stuff.
think warriors should, if warriors were a 3-up, 6-up, why not?
I don't
and then
think Nid's
in the
gonna be
warrior
changed until
detachment they
next
go to a
edition, no.
5, and that's cool. But yeah, they're not going to get anything.
No. So, it is what it is. Let's move on to Tau. Tau are fine. They're very good right now.
They're very, very strong.
Yeah. Pathfinder teams, people finally figured out how good they are. It only took 2.5 years for people to pull their heads out their asses and realize that Pathfinder teams have always been good. It's amazing to me
be
that people
fair,
just figured it out.
To be fair, their rule changed.
Sure. But their weapon profiles didn't.
Yeah, their weapon profiles did not. Their rules had to change because spotting changed.
Right.
So their new rule, I think, goes a long way for that, but also their weapon profile is fantastic. And then people have realized, or are starting to realize, and this is also a rules change, but people are starting to realize that the anti-infantry crisis suit team is better than a stealth suit team.
Yeah. They slap.
My friends that play Tau, you can fight me. Try them. They're better than stealth suits.
So, if you play on Games Workshop terrain, folks, and you own Tau, play them. All you need to do, like,
after it.
Couple suits, some Triptide, some Pathfinders, and then just fill it in with whatever you got. A Hammerhead, probably.
Three Piranhas.
3 Piranhas. There you go. And you are fine. You're juicy. You're warm. Do it. Tower in a great spot, especially on open boards. So just enjoy your time shooting people the best you can. Sometimes you're going to get bum rush. That's just Warhammer.
It is.
Finally. So we have 3 left. But
we have 3 left.
We're going to talk about 2 in greater detail. But before we do that, let's talk about World Eaters. World Eaters could probably use a small buff.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
It's always hard with melee.
And that buff goes nowhere near Forge Fiends.
No, absolutely not. We do not want to better their shooting. We want to make their things that people don't bring a lot of better. So those they're elite dudes. What are they called?
Yeah. 8-bound.
8-bound. Make the 8-bound interesting to play. Berserkers don't need buffs. I think they're fine.
No, Berserkers are fine. Angron needs buffs.
Angron could use a buff.
And what's crazy is that it's not Angron's data sheet. Angron's data sheet is fantastic. It's his reviving rule that needs a difference.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because he's viable to a degree.
He is. It has 2 very serious detriments, and I think you get rid of one of them, not both.
Okay.
So those being, you cannot rapid ingress him.
Okay. Yep. Agreed. 100%.
When he revives.
Yep.
That's fine. He only comes back with 8 wounds now instead of full, which is great. Him having full wounds was insane. The big problem is if you revive him, you forego your blessings.
Oh, fascinating. Okay.
That it used to be you get your blessings and also you get to bring Angron back. Now it's you roll all of your dice and you can go, well, I can take these blessings or I can bring Angron. And I think that and the no rapid ingress, I think you take away one of those.
Yeah, you do that and Angron is in a better spot. Data sheet's fine. Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Realistically, it's the blessings. You let them take their blessings and just reward them for rolling triple sixes.
I lean in the other direction.
In the letting him rapid ingress?
Yeah, let him rapid, but you don't get your blessings because instead you chose to devote all of the Blood God strength to putting Angron back in the field. Because you could just get lucky in that circumstance and bring Angron back 4 times.
Yes, but you can only do it in your command phase.
Yeah, you can still potentially bring him back 4 times. Like, that chance exists.
It does, yeah.
And if you can just bring back this incredible data sheet a bunch of times, yeah. I would 100% make the army weaker.
Yeah, it's dangerous, right? Because you'll go back to Index, where the entire army is built on Angron, and specifically 3 Angrons. Like it's weird.
But yeah, small change to Angron, and then buff 8-bound a little bit, not a lot of it, a little bit, and let's see where the army goes from there. All right, let's talk about these things that are very terrifying. We're going to start with Gene Stealer Cult, and this is mostly an ode to Floof. If you have somebody in your meta who knows how to play Gene Stealer Cult well, you understand this pain. Any army that can bring that much stuff, if you know how to use it, you're going to just kind of run people over. Gene Stealer Cult is in a very I've gone 4-1 every time kind of place in the meta right now. And all it's going to take is a small shift for them to start bringing home the wins again.
Yep.
So
Yep.
be careful. Get ready for it.
And it's a weird,
because with a
right?
few
Like
changes,
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they definitely don't need nerfs, right? They're still they're the most difficult army to play. So I don't think that they need nerfs, but they're just an army to be careful around.
Yeah, I think they're okay in the meta as it stands. I think you need to have a certain amount of required experience with the army to do well with it. But I think they're right there on the cusp of becoming a problem again.
That's fair. I would say for players, especially at big events, it's very common for you to get your pairings, you to look at it and go, I don't know that name. What are they playing? Oh, they're playing Space Marines. Oh, they're playing Gladius. I know what that does. Great. And you can kind of make assumptions about how that game's going to go. Don't do that with GSC, because the difference in the outcome of a GSC game from somebody who owns them to somebody who really plays them is unbelievable.
Night and day.
And if you make the assumption of, oh, I know what this army does, it's fine, they're all T3, I'm going to do blah, 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 you will lose very quickly. Honestly, it's safest to assume that if you're at a GT or a major and somebody's playing GSC, just assume they know what they're doing.
100%, especially if it's painted
doesn't mean let them get away with shit, right?
Still
it
ask
means
questions.
Don't ask questions, right? What I'm saying is that don't underestimate them. Assume that they are a good player and walk into that game with that mindset.
Because Gene Stealer Cults are a labor of love. You have to love that army to really play it. So if you walk into a room and see a Gene Stealer Cult army that's fairly well painted, you can bet they know how to play their army. Almost always. Not 100% of the time. There's always, we've always got the lore players out there. But yes. Okay. Last army. Demons. Demons. Currently in the meta have
quite good
3 detachments that are all very playable. Recently, of course, Kirk went to West Coast Warbands and just kind of eradicated everybody he saw, except for one person whose name is Lucas fucking Troller, one of the best players in the world, whom he tied with Adventuring Party. So that's a really good detachment, because turns out, guys, 6-inch Deep Strike is really good. The buff to birds, pretty substantial damage increase, going to flat 3 damage, being able to out of line of sight shoot, and then have screamers everywhere and they don't die. Amazing. And then Shadow Legion never stopped being good.
Literally nothing about Shadow Legion changed. Not one single thing.
It's still awesome.
So it's still really good. And one of our listeners, Josh, can attest to that, because he was also at WCW playing Shadow Legion and actually playing double Bloodthirster. Playing Scout Thirster and Fade Thirster, and it's kind of a disgusting combination to have. The detachment's good. Yeah. It's so good.
It's good. It's fun. Demons are in a great spot, yet unlike Agents of the Imperium, who, for whatever reason, are an official army and have a codex, they don't have a codex, which seems silly. And have hung on most of the edition is an incredibly viable choice because they have always at least had one detachment that absolutely fucks, and now they have 3.
Unless I am mistaken, and I don't believe that I am, unless I'm mistaken, Demonic Incursion has seen 0 detachment rule changes. Yes, they did see the enhancement change, but they've seen no actual rule changes.
Nothing of any real everyone, because it's always been points with demons throughout the entire
Yep.
edition, because
Yep.
those gigantic bodies with 4-up invulns on all of them are just
They're hard to balance.
They're unbalanced, and they're hard to balance, really, when it comes down to it, like you said. So yeah, demons are in a great spot, and if you see a demon player across the way, you need to be very concerned. You also, because Kirk made this point the other day. He said that adventuring party, or in general, is just Pantheon of Woe, but better when it comes down to it, because you're more mobile. You have 6-inch deep strike and charge. Yeah,
Yeah, you're less durable.
you're right. You don't have access
That's
to
it.
-1 damage.
Well, it's every Satan is -1 damage and 5-up feel no pain. So it's a lot.
Yeah, but he
Also,
firmly believes
maybe
that
Satan should be a 6-up feel no pain. Fuck them.
yeah, fuck them forever. That's how you nerf it. 6-up feel no pain, not 5.
6-up is just enough to make the math annoying.
Yeah, remember what was it? Knights.
Yeah,
that feel no pain
Yep.
was stupid, and they have
Yeah.
enough wounds to be stupid. Anyway, it's fine. Okay. Anywho,
I do expect birds to see a points nerf.
boy, they should get hit to make it
The
so that
enhancement-
maybe 2 birds are tenable, but not 3.
The out of line of sight enhancement did get clarified. I'm not going to say nerfed because it makes perfect sense, the change that they made. So I don't really think it's a nerf. It's kind of a side grade because having your unit in line of sight is wildly easy. So we don't really care about that. So that enhancement was really just made fair. It's not fair. It was made as fair as it could possibly be made. I expect birds to see a points change.
It should get a big dick punch when it comes down to it, and that's okay. Before we wrap up today, you have a list that you've been working on for
I do.
Shadow Legion. Tell us about it.
I do. I've called it Bloodshade.
Oh,
because that's funny. Which, for those of you, that's a paint. It's Berserker Bloodshade,
no.
but it's Shadow Legion. The reason it's called Bloodshade is because it's a lot of Khorne demons.
Cool.
It's Bellacore because you have to, and then it is Fade Thirster because you have to.
You do.
And then I have put the Scout enhancement not on a second Bloodthirster, but on the Skullmaster, who is leading 6 Blood Crushers.
That's juicy.
It's juicy. Blood Crushers, notably, for people that don't know, they do impact mortals. People know that. They do impact mortals.
So good.
They are the only unit in the game that does impact mortals, that all of them do not have to be in engagement range.
It is so irritating every time I get hit by that.
The unit gets in engagement range, and then every model in the unit rolls the dice.
Yep. And then as long as you get the 4-up, you do D3 mortal wounds?
It's D3, yeah. So with the Skullmaster, that's just an extra body. That is 7 dice for 4-ups and D3 mortal wounds. And then he gives the extra attack, so the horns, he gives those dev wounds.
So you're looking at 8 to 12 mortal wounds just from the charge, anytime that they successfully land a charge. And then all of their damage, which is pretty good.
Pretty significant.
Especially with access to dev wounds, you're looking at, on average, anywhere between 14 and 20 wounds into whatever they throw themselves at. And they kill most things in the game.
He also, I think this is one of the only other ones too. It's after they end a charge move. every enemy unit in engagement range of your whole unit takes a battle shock test.
Good.
Which for demons means another D3 mortal wounds.
Pretty good.
So he's real good. And Blood Crushers are strong. They're T7, 4 wounds, 3 up save. Sadly, they're only a 5 up invul. I say sadly because they used to be a 4. But T7 mounted with 4 wounds is very good.
Agreed.
And then they're effectively 6 attacks apiece. 2 of those attacks are damage 2. 4 of those attacks are damage 1, but those 4 attacks are going to be dev wounds. They're very, very good. So that's our characters. We then have a unit of, in Shadow Legion, Khorne demons advance in charge, period. All Khorne demons have advance in charge.
Gross.
So this unit is scouting 9, moving 10, advance in charge.
Nice.
So then we have 1 unit of 6 Nurglings.
Of course, yeah.
Which is pretty normal for the middle of the table. In this detachment, Nurgle is bodyguard. It's -1 to be wounded if your strength is higher than their toughness. For Nurglings, that's really good. With Nurglings being toughness 3. Nurglings are already annoying. Nurglings at -1 to wound are hilariously annoying.
Yeah.
10 Plague Bearers because they're sticky and good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
15 Fleshhounds.
Fun.
5/5/5.
Okay.
They're cheap. They do actions. They uppy downy themselves, so I don't have to worry about CP. And if I need them to, they advance in charge.
Yeah, because they're Khorne.
Which is good. And their attacks are good. They're 3 attacks at 5/1/1.
Not bad.
They're good.
Yeah.
9 Screamers, 3/3/3.
Because of course.
Because as we've talked about, Screamers are too good.
Tremendously
I'm going to
awesome.
keep taking them. Then in Shadow Legion, you get to take up to 1,000 points of Chaos Space Marines that all get Deep Strike. I'm not taking 1,000 points. I'm taking 300.
Raptors?
No, I don't. The only reason Raptors are not in this list is because I do not own 10 of them, and I actually wanted to be able to play and test this list.
The Raptors Chaos Lord thing is gross.
It's gross. It's better now because the Raptors rule changed. So it's great. I just need to get 10 Raptors, and I don't have them right now. So
Gotcha.
I've got 10 Cultists because 50 points of another sticky unit that now also has Deep Strike if I want.
Fuck it,
good.
Why not? Yeah.
I then have 2 units of Havocs.
Okay.
Deep Strike Havocs, pretty good. I am torn as to whether or not they're autocannons or las cannons. Right now, they're autocannons. I think that is realistically better.
How many shots?
I'm not 100% sure. They're 2 shots apiece.
Hitting on 3s or 4s?
3s ignoring modifiers.
Oh. To hit?
Yeah. That's just, Havocs ignore all modifiers to hit and ballistic skill.
Not bad. Yeah, it's hard to say. Because I remember when people were first trying it was las cannons with that. And that makes sense, but you don't necessarily need it with a Fate Thirster.
Right. And because the weird part is with the Fate Thirster and the Crushers and Be'lakor, I have tank
More
answers.
than enough, yeah.
And so the Havoc autocannons kind of just get to do stuff. And we have a strat to ignore cover. The AP1 will go a little bit further. So I'm not 100% sold. I'm not sold on Havocs, period. That 250 points could be other stuff.
Yeah, I think once you get your, having access to more Raptors, that becomes Raptors.
Yeah, it will definitely, 10 Raptors with the Lord and the enhancement to do even more mortal wounds is absolutely something that I want to do, and I think is, Be'lakor, Fade Thirster are the core of any Shadow Legion list. I think that's where you start every time. And then Lord 10 Raptors after that is very, very strong. Like I said, I just don't own them. And I want to get the new ones because those models are fantastic. So
sounds like a fun list. I've been playing some games with salamanders and to very little success, but I'm starting to see where you can find it. The more I played it, because I've done some pretty considerable painting on that front. But we've been at this for nearly 2 hours, so let's go ahead and wrap up. I would first like to thank all of you for joining us. We appreciate you being here and listening to us. I would like to offer a very heartful thank you to our Patreon members, Dale, Joshua, Connor, Gertop. Who's that? Do you know Gertop? No?
Man, I don't know everybody's name. No, I actually don't know that one. That one's the person from
From
is that
Montana.
Bozeman?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Montana. Actually, somebody we don't know, which is awesome.
Yeah, come and hang out with us at the GG, bud. Of course, big shout out to Scary, dude. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We love you.
Wild, unbelievable. Thank you so much.
Morpheus.
Morpheus is Brandon.
Okay. And then we had someone who signed up for the free tier today, Phil Montgomery. So welcome, Phil.
Hey.
We appreciate that you're here. Beyond that, we welcome your questions, your suggestions, your comments, concerns, and of course, topic requests. Come and hang out with us. Thank you all for being here again, and we'll see you next time at the Yop.
We'll see you around.